Ho, ho, ho! Everybody, that is right. We are bringing you a very early Christmas present this year. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Darren Jacobs, and welcome to the Christmas Clash pay-per-view, the last pay-per-view of 2018. Before we go on a brief break to let everybody refresh before we start heading towards, of course, the last Fight Night pay-per-view, which will be the last stand that will lead us into the big one. That is Mind Games, and I cannot wait for that. But first, this match has Mind Game implications as we kick things off with the triple threat match to determine the team captain for the Fight Night brand in the 4v4 Mind Games matchup. That is going to be interesting to see. The first person is Woodward, who caught quite a few people off guard by joining this match. He beat Trevor Jackson to get himself into this contest. You can't say he didn't earn it. Some tough opponent there. Trevor Jackson, a prize fighter, as I like to say, only turns up for the big occasions. Woodward, what a huge win it would be should he be able to find it. Become team captain. I wonder what type of team he'd be able to put together. Next up, Dino D. Dino D didn't really want this as his first choice. Of course, this could lead potential title opportunities, but beginning of the month he had one where he was supposed to take on Bruiser Brad for #1 contendership. And in the space of 4 weeks, neither one of them became #1 contender. And instead, Jake Griffiths is the man who will be now main eventing Christmas Clash, the World Heavyweight Championship. Well, for Dino D, if he captains the team well, the title opportunity's in it for him. And everybody is aware of this. They all know that there is a big reward for being team captain. That's exactly why they want to do it. Dino D, relatively new to the Fight Night brand, but I'm sure he'd be willing to put his heart and soul into this if he does become team captain here tonight. But the likely candidate, the one that most people are going to see as the obvious winner here in this one, it is none other than the former two-time world champion Max Danger, making his way to the ring. It was a surprise to see that he nominated himself to be team captain. He faced Hale in, to be honest, quite a grueling battle for Max in the qualifier. And from Max Danger, the former world champion, has made it abundantly clear he's not a big man for the brand. He doesn't particularly care Mayhem or Fight Night that he is on. He only cares that he is fighting and that he gets title opportunities. So maybe that's all he sees in being champion. But I mean, if he brings results, he brings results. Last year, of course, he was on the Mind Games team, but that was before he pledged his allegiance to the GM, who was very crooked at the time, to say the very least. The bell rings, and we get Christmas away. And look at Wilson, straight for the world champion. Oh, and a big chop to the back of the leg's going to make him pay. And a big clothesline from behind there from Dino D. Interesting to see how Wilson and Dino went straight for King Sam, went straight for Max Danger there to deal with his threat. And it was interesting to see that it was Chris that sat back rather than Max. I thought maybe Chris would be more likely to step up, maybe a veteran leader, but looks like Max Danger was the man. And Max Danger, again, in WIW terms, has a hell of a lot more experience in the bigger matches. Again, no stranger to the Mind Games match. I believe he actually was on the winning team for Mind Games last year. That was a nice little double team there into almost a DDT position by Dino D, only to be whipped in the back like by Max Danger there. And now, oh! And now everyone just getting in each other's way here. Max is going to roll out of harm's way and utilize with a Russian leg sweep. And this is a big call. Whoever wins this, what a move there by Dino. Dino sending them both out to the outside right now. The winner of this, of course, captaining Team Fight Night, and it's going to be so vital, I hope, that Fight Night win this matchup early and determine their captains cleanly. No foul play, no nothing, because the extra advantage of being able to start choosing your team is going to come into play. Of course, last year they did not have that advantage. It was Mayhem who had the extra 2-week advantage as it was Fight Night pay-per-view second, however, the Mayhem pay-per-views first. This year we switch it around, so they will get a 2-week advantage. What a super kick there. A 2-week advantage in the overall ranking of things. So they will be able to choose all this stuff, you know? They'll be able to choose their team relatively quick, or at least a majority of it, before they've even announced a team captain. That could be the case, I don't know. Maybe Mort Goldberg on the other brand has something to prove, but has already got something in the works, but he definitely has something to prove, so he can't afford to be sloppy with that in the slightest. Wilson Woodward bringing proceedings back into the ring, and Mason Foster. Why do I keep getting the names wrong? Max Danger early on here, under a bit of pressure. Wilson's doing a good job. Wilson going to step outside now and let Dino deal with Max, and this is a good partnership here. Dino D, Max Danger, 2 top names on the brand. And now, oh God, look at this, where this come from! Taste of danger! Wilson went to get a ladder, he's not going to come to make the save! Dino's got to kick out, and he couldn't! That was so close to Wilson making the save! But he just couldn't! Dino D takes the fall from the Danger family. Taste of danger! An interesting way, not one that we usually see Max get it done. But he got it done. But I want to see this again. Does Wilson get a clean break on this? Oh, that is nip and tuck. I'm not sure on that one. I actually think that Wilson might have got a touch on that. Regardless, your winner and Fight Night team captain is Max Danger. The former 2-time world champion now adds team captain of Fight Night to his lists of accolades. Well, you've got to assume now that Chris Danger may be on that team as well. I have no idea for definite, but Max Danger, the very interesting choice for Fight Night team captain, but he won it fair and square in this ring. Well, maybe fair and square. I think I'd have to watch that replay over and over again to see if he really did break it. But that's a great pick, regardless, for Fight Night team captain. Let's move on down the rest of the card. The first team captain has been selected. But now, we've got to determine some of the champions coming in to Mind Games. Remember, of course, traditionally, during the Mind Games month, the titles are not usually on the line. We'll have to see if that remains true, because the general manager it's up to them. But we'll see what happens here. First up tonight, the Tag Team Championships, and it is KO Oxley and Carter James out here first. The challengers, the former champions, cashing in their contractual rematch clause. They said that last time out, they let Bolton and Hart dictate everything. They let them get away with murder, and that led to them losing their cool and falling exactly into the trap of the Aces of Hearts, which allowed them to win the tag team titles. They claim tonight they will not make the same mistake, and they will manage to recapture the Fight Night Tag Team Championships. Well, we'll have to see whether or not they can live up to their word tonight, but they've made it clear that they know how smart Bolton and Hart are in the ring. And they are very clever indeed. They know how to provoke people. And look at him, Alan Hart, coming out in the no-heart gear tonight, as he tends to do for pay-per-view. But your Fight Night Tag Team Champions look calm and composed as always. They may not be exactly doing things the way that fans would like them to, but they are getting the job done, and you cannot argue with that. Peter Bolton, a Royal Rumble winner and Fight Night Tag Team Champion. Alan Hart finally a champion as well, since Ace of Hearts founded together. And for a team who didn't even stand being in the same ring with each other at first, they're definitely on the same page now. And tonight, that same page needs to stay intact if they're going to have any hope of retaining against Oxley and James. The beautiful Fight Night Tag Team Championships on the line. Both these teams are champions at least once. Who will walk out the champion?
KO Oxley! into the ring at a combined weight of 508 pounds, K.O. Oxley and Carter James. K.O. Oxley, Carter James, and their opponents at a combined weight of 472 pounds. They are the World Tag Team Champions, Alan Hart and Ace Peter.
Bolton and Hart managed to sucker them into a time and place that they wanted to capture these tag team titles. Will now, at an agreed time and place, will Oxley and James be able to score it back? And look at this. Oxley and James, they look typed up for this one. The referee pushing them back into their respective corners. Who's going to walk out with the titles? Bell rings, and away we go. And look at Hart straight out the gate, but Oxley had it well scouted. Oxley and James have, for the last couple of weeks, done everything in their power, trying not to lose their cool. You remember a few weeks ago where K.O. Oxley single-handedly beat the crap out of both of them in pure anger and frustration. And he has been faced Peter Bolton this last week as well on the Fight Night show. No stranger to these two, K.O. Oxley. No surprise, to be honest, that he starts. You've seen the passion coming out in a bit more aggressive fashion than perhaps they might have liked. But you've seen the passion from both K.O. Oxley and Carter James. You know they want to be tag team champions. Think about how long they fought just to get their hands on the tag team titles the first time. Early tag here from Hart, and he gets himself out of harm's way for the moment. Bolton and Hart, one thing they've always done pretty well as a team, even when they weren't getting on, is frequent tags. Always getting each other in and out, keeping each other fresh. However, usually, as it went on, it was usually a case of the longer the match went on, the less tags were made. Usually at the start, they'd make quite a few, keep each other fresh, and then it would get less and less as the match went on, to the point where they refused to tag each other. Now, they're just constant tagging, keeping each other fresh. And they run like a well-oiled machine. They know exactly who they want to partner off with. And that's exactly what they're trying to do here tonight. You can already see it from the early tags. It looks like Hart wants Carter James and Bolton wants Oxley. And that's fair enough. If you think you found a matchup that works, go with it. That does make sense, but there's no guarantee that that is going to be a working strategy. I guess trial and error will dictate. For Bolton and Hart, this is their first tag team championship defense since winning the tag team championships a few weeks back at pay-per-view. Went for the clothesline, well caught there by Hart there with a drop toe hold. And now look at this. Oh, look, oh no! Using the ropes to just wrench away on the arms. And the referee doesn't do anything about that one. And now look at this once again on the arms here. Hart may be setting up for something later in the match, but this arm targeting seems to be working. Alan Hart. Just many different moves that can hurt you, one of which being, of course, the heart attack from behind. Very lethal. And it can be hit impromptu as well. It's a bit hard to stop something that you can't see, especially if he gets behind you. Then, of course, he has the sharpshooter as well. A very lethal submission hold that can get the job done effectively. As for Bolton, the list of moves he has goes on and on. The ace in the hole, one of a kind, four of a kind, sorry. Royal flush. The list goes on and on. He has loads of dangerous moves to hit you with. Some more effective than others, particularly the ace in the hole. But they have a variety of moves. Whereas Oxley and James, both of them, have their one individual move in the powerbomb backstabber. Of course, also the kill switch as well for Carter James. That's proven to be a lethal one for him in the past. Perhaps the lumbar check from the two of them. They don't give themselves the nicknames of the backbreakers for nothing. And of course, they have that vicious double backstabber between the two of them, and that's got the job done on more than one occasion. I believe they actually won the tag team titles against the Wolfpack on a double backbreaker. May be mistaken on that one. And now look at this! Is he biting him? I guess not, because the referee was looking right at it and he didn't call for a DQ. I'm sure biting would lead to a disqualification. Michinoku driver. And Oxley desperately needing a tag. And right now they're refusing to let him have it here. Bolton and Hart onto the ropes here. What's Hart thinking? Hart again. Look at this. Once again, just using the ropes as leverage to wear down the body of Carter James. And Bolton and Hart right now in control, seem to have this one on lock for the time being at least. Carter James, not exactly one to lie down and take that though, and that's exactly why he flies in here. And now what's he thinking? Carter James tosses him to the outside after getting out the corner, and now flying through the middle of the ropes for a beautiful DDT to the outside. Big impact. Now gets him into the ring. Now might go for a cover as well. No, he wants to make sure that he's done right. Trying to spin him around for the kill switch. Misses. Hart now laying in the fist, but Carter James still fighting back the best he can. Trying to get him up from maybe Michinoku driver. Well countered by Hart and followed through with a Russian leg sweep, but it's close to his door. Oh! Hart had that well scouted, because that could have been a tag. Instead now wearing down on the limbs, setting up for the sharpshooter in the latter stages of this match. Not the worst strategy from Hart. Hart now going to go for the sharpshooter. Can he find a way to lock it in? Yes, he can. This move's been lethal in the past. Is it going to be enough to keep Carter James down? Sharpshooter. Can he break out? No, he can't. Bolton and Hart do it again. The Ace of Hearts retain the Fight Night Tag Team Championships. And that is not good for Oxley and James. Their contractual rematch clause is now gone. They are no longer your #1 contenders. And for Bolton and Hart, that means they will be going in for the Tag Team Championship match versus the Linebacks at this current stage at the Mind Games pay-per-view. Of course, that could be subject to change. They may be forced to defend again. Who knows? But Bolton and Hart, the Ace of Hearts, have done it again. They have conquered Oxley and James for the second time out of 2. And they are still your Fight Night Tag Team Champions. And they will be going on to fight the Mayhem Tag Team Champions as of right now. But right now, I don't see someone else who is quite ready for Bolton and Hart, ready to take them on for the tag team titles. They're looking dominant, the Ace of Hearts. And now the question is, can they continue their dominance and have a long and prosperous reign with the Fight Night Tag Team titles? Let's move on down the rest of the card.
The following contest is an Extreme Rules Balls Count Anywhere match, and is for the World Internet Wrestling Hardcore Championship.
Well, this match changed significantly in just 20, well, 20, I was about to say 24 hours, about 48 hours, I guess, coming into pay-per-view terms, where this man was the Hardcore Champion coming into this matchup, and he promised to bring a more extreme way of life to the Hardcore Championship, and he has brought it, that is for sure. However, during his champion versus champion match on the Go Home Show's main event, King Sam was caught off guard by his challenger tonight, Jayden, who of course was scheduled to compete anyway as part of his contractual rematch clause for the Hardcore Championship. But now King Sam has the job of getting it back. He's had a very nice reign, to say the least, as the Hardcore Champion. And for Jayden to win it back, that was probably a big kick in the balls for King Sam. However, King Sam has been getting it done lately, particularly with that new pile driver that he's developed. I believe he told me it's called To The Death. Quite an apt name considering how he's used it so far. An apron pile driver, as well as the one to the wooden floor of the actual ring itself. So no surprise, that fitting name. But his opponent tonight is no slouch. A former 2-time world champion and now a 2-time hardcore champion. It is none other than Jayden. The mastermind makes his way to the ring. He was the team captain, funny enough, of last year's Mind Games. Now coming into this matchup, Jayden, one of the smartest individuals in all of WIW, always knows how to get what he wants. But tonight this is unavoidable, regardless of how he started the match, whether that be with or with the title. He had to defend the title here tonight, or at least give him a rematch clause or something. He had no choice on the matter, so Jayden is here to defend. And remember, traditional hardcore rules, no count out, no disqualification, anything goes. The count can occur anywhere at any time. It is as simple as that. A big job for Jayden tonight as hardcore champion to defend. Between these two, they hold 5 world title reigns and 3 hardcore title reigns, but it's a 4th hardcore title reign that they are fighting over tonight. Who will be able to score it here in this one between these two as they fight once again?
Introducing the challenger from London, England, weighing in at 212 pounds, King Sam. Introducing the champion from Charlotte, North Carolina, weighing in at 215 pounds. He is the World Internet Wrestling Hardcore Champion, Jayden.
Both men no strangers to championship success. But the question is, when all is said and done, who is willing to push the other the extra mile to become the hardcore champion? Will it be Sam or will it be Jayden? Let's find out. The bell rings and away we go. It's one fall to a finish here tonight. And right away, these two trading strikes in the middle of the ring, and King Sam seemed pretty confident that he was going to win that battle as he slams him down there with almost an X-plex. And King Sam, of course, had a very nice, and to be honest, it was a brutal reign as hardcore champion, but it was very enjoyable, bringing all those interesting ring changes and using the concrete and the wooden floor, and of course that new butterfly pile driver that he seems to have developed in favor over the crossface chicken wing. An interesting choice to be switching that up. I'm sure the crossface chicken wing is still in the arsenal, just like how the landslide all the way from the beginning of Season 1 may be still in the arsenal as well, but I guess you found something that worked. Why not use it? And so far the pile driver has been pretty effective. I fail to see anyone kicking out of it yet, mainly because of the very obvious fact that there hasn't been a reason not to. You've either been smashed to wooden flooring with it, or you've been hit on concrete. Big suplex there, and he went for the cover out of it, but King Sam a little bit prepared. And of course, as hardcore champion, the longer reign you have, you're more likely to learn to toughen up, take some hits. King Sam never really was tested truly as hardcore champion, I felt. Into an early cover here as well from Sam. He's not going to get it. Sam's had some tough tests though. William Hale, he brought a fight, but he wasn't really there on that level. And the same with his more recent opponents. But for King Sam, of course, it's going to be hard to find an opponent of his caliber. Of course, remember, King Sam, a 3-time world champion, the first man to win both world championships on... Oh, God, look at that! A diving cross-body sends them both flying over the ropes. And it wouldn't surprise me if we don't see this match return to the ring now, that once it's leaked out. Remember, falls can occur anywhere. But Jayden decided to bring it back in. And of course, for Jayden, I'm sure he'd love to be inside the ring now, mainly because, of course, we know the fact that he doesn't have to worry about rope break for the first time in a while. And, of course, when no rope break is concerned, that knee bar comes into play. King Sam went for the chair, but Jayden says no to it. And now Jayden on the prowl. King Sam with the counter, and he counters it well. And now King Sam just grounding and pounding here on the apron. And King Sam went for the weapon early, and he's found it again. King Sam now with a chair. Jayden doesn't even know. Oh, and a big strike with the chair. And King Sam bringing in the weapons for good use by beating him down with the chair. And King Sam looking confident. And with the chair coming into play, that's weakened down Jayden. King Sam now, what's he looking for? Big knee! Big knee to the jaw of Jayden. Into a cover. Is this enough to become Hardcore Champion? No, it's not. A very close call there, but it is a kick out. And now what does King Sam go for? Is it the butterfly pile driver? No, it's not. Jayden has it scouted regardless of what it is. Jayden, very nicely countered there, and now Jayden just going to send him back to the outside. And Jayden usually always with a plan in these type of situations. What's the strategy here of dealing with Sam? Oh, going for the GTS. That was able to keep him down recently, but Sam able to slip out. Both men going for the big finish early. He couldn't get it. Oh, but now look. Hey, going for the pile driver. Can he get him? Yes, he can. What a brutal pile driver to the death. And King Sam wins back his hardcore title. Still no one kicking out of that. King Sam walks out victorious. A huge victory for King Sam, who once again holds on to the Hardcore Championship. I don't think he had to push himself too hard in that one. Jayden, once the chair got involved, was pretty hurt. Jayden fought back the best he could, but once missing the GTS, King Sam was able to find a way to secure the gold here tonight. A huge victory for King Sam. He is once again the Hardcore Champion. And I wonder what's next for the career of King Sam. He wins his second Hardcore title, and he's enjoyed his time as Hardcore Champion so far. For something tells me he might not be leaving this division quite yet. Let's move on down the rest of the card. Next up tonight, it is women's captaincy time. We're trying to find out who will lead us on the Fight Night brand to Mind Games as the women's team captain. And the first person up to the ring is the only person who's not a member of the Hive in this match. It is Miss Money in the Bank, Brooke Danger. And she could join her brother Max in captaining the Fight Night brand. And it looks like the Danger family trying to revive things after they lost everything in the space of 2 months, I guess. Losing the World Heavyweight Championship and the Fight Night Women's Championship. And perhaps Brooke is interested in bringing back that title, hence the briefcase win. And now she's got a title match whenever she wants. Perhaps she tries her luck over on the Red brand, but the Red brand's very heavily contested right now. Laura Stables not defending tonight. Of course, Laura Stables will more than likely be going to Mayhem right now to be fighting Haley Bowen. That could be subject to change, though, when we get to the Last Stand pay-per-view. Next up tonight, another Brooke Versace. Very much the leader in a Hive. Stepping up here tonight, she qualified by beating Shannon Austin, if I'm not mistaken. Then Katherine Albright went on to do the same. Of course, they did beat down Shannon enough with steel chairs and stomps and kicks as well. So that definitely played a factor. But tonight, for 2/3 of the Hive, they step into the ring tonight in hopes, of course, captaining the team. They're not exactly a liked group here in the Fight Night brand, but they're a team who can get the job done. And should they work together here tonight, you got to imagine that one of them is going to walk out team captain. However, is there a preference here? Is there going to be someone who's going to want to be team captain? I don't know. maybe there will be an alliance and it'll be treated more as a 2-on-1 handicap match. But there is the possibility that one of these two is, they probably went backstage and they said what most teams say during these triple threat matches. Listen, no hard feelings. Whatever happens in the ring stays in the ring. And these two can just go for it. But for Katherine Albright, this would be a big win for her. She's never been a women's champion. She's been a #1 contender a couple of times. But for Katherine Albright, this would be a huge leap in the right direction if she's to walk out team captain tonight. And I'm sure that she'll be gambling on that fact. So it's a matter of whether or not she can get it done. I mean, I'm sure she would be selected as a Fight Night member and participant should she win here tonight. But if not, I can't imagine that it would be the end of the world for Katherine Albright. The bell rings, and away we go. And oh, look at this. Interestingly enough, she did not want to square off with the Hive, and can you blame her? And now Brooke and Katherine forced to start this one off. Big drop kick by Katherine Albright, and another one. Oh, missed Money in the Bank scouting that one. And from Brooke there, that was very smart. She see that both members of the Hive were ready to strike. Looked like they were ready to take it in turns to fight Brooke, but Brooke was smart enough to just go, nope, I'm not doing that. You guys fight, or I'm not coming in there. And right now, Katherine Albright in control of both of them. She started off strong here in this one, but oh, Brooke mistiming that one as she ducked under it perfectly, almost luckily there. And now look at this, can't deal with the fists and the strikes of Brooke Danger, the former UFC Women's Champion. Now looking to become a 2-time Women's Champion in the future. Looking for a superplex. Big impact. And no wasted time on small moves here. We're getting the big one straight out the gate. Big kick there by Brooke Versace. Remember, the winner captains the Women's Fight Night team. The Fight Night team will have a second team captain crown. Max Danger, of course, crowned as the first one earlier on tonight. Will Brooke Danger follow in those footsteps? Things have been going really well for Brooke Danger as of late. She's turning it back around after losing the championship. But it's been a fantastic season 2 for her. A women's title to her name. A Money in the Bank briefcase to her name. And if she wins here, it would be team captaincy to her name as well. To the top. Oh, God, though! Brooke Danger, but Brooke Versace, excuse me, saw that one coming. And I might have to ditch the name Brooke for this matchup since we've got 2 of them in there, and that's already causing me confusion. Christmas Clash has been one already that has been very enjoyable to watch. Everyone is stepping up their game. Oh, and into the barricade. And of course, huge implications this pay-per-view, because the champions who walk out here tonight and the captains who walk out here tonight will be likely the ones who are going to represent Team Fight Night at pay-per-view. Brooke Versace going up top. Oh, but it looks like she's going after her own teammate here. And Brooke's just going to let it happen. Oh, she misses though. She landed on her feet to reduce her own impact, but Katherine Albright able to side shuffle. And Brooke now bringing this back into the ring with Brooke. Katherine Albright just watching on. As soon as I say I'm going to get rid of Brooke, I call them both Brooke. And look at this once again, Albright saying, nah, I'm okay. Doesn't want the fight. And oh! For the minute there, they looked like they were in a taunting battle there. And Katherine Albright lands the first blow. And Albright there looking very impressive, as she has done very much as of recent weeks and months. But she hasn't been able to turn that into results yet. But now look at this, an ankle lock. Ankle lock applied to Brooke Versace. She's in trouble here. Brooke needing to break this one up. Brooke Danger, that is. But Versace does it on her own. Danger loving how this one's playing out, it would seem. Seems like she has gone the way she wanted. Like I say, she probably feared that this was going to be a handicap match, but it looks like these two really are willing to go with each other should it come down with it. And Brooke Versace now beautifully bridging Northern Lights there. Decided she wasn't going to go for the cover. Brooke Versace, a very dangerous fighter. It's not recommended that you stand and trade with her. Into the cover there off that big knee. Brooke Danger's in nowhere's land, but it's a 2 count on Albright. And oh God! Brooke Danger re-enters and with a big drop kick to Brooke Versace. And now, look at this. Big German suplex. The impact on that one you could see from a mile away into the cover. She thinks that impact was enough, but it's only a 2 count. Brooke Versace has been #1 contender on a couple of occasions now. She always gets to the big fights, but then never delivers at the big ones. She can't afford to build a reputation for that. She needs this win. Went for the leg drop DDT, it looked like there, but instead Katherine Albright intercepts, and Brooke Versace, that is, has to force her away. And now look at this, squaring off again. Albright was begging her to bring it, and she did. Oh, and a leg shot to the back of the legs of Brooke Versace. And now Danger left alone with Katherine Albright, but she tosses it to the outside. Look at Danger cleaning house. This could be a big night for the Danger family. Both walking out with the captaincy of the brand. That's an interesting one. Like I say, with Max Danger, you've got to imagine that Chris Danger is going to be one of those picks. Maybe not. Who knows? I don't know how each GM's going to run it this year, but you've got to imagine he's going to be an odds-on favourite to be on that team. Katherine starting to fatigue, and she didn't see Versace coming into this ring. Big knee across the jaw. And that might be it. The knockout there, potentially, with the knee. 2 count. And Brooke Versace not taking it easy on one of her fellow Hive members. Looking for the leg drop. DDT! Beautifully done. And now Brooke stops her from capitalizing on it. And all of a sudden, Brooke Danger has one of them gone. Just like that. And look at that. Taunting. Mocking the Hive. And now she has... Yeah, I was going to say she has Albright dead to rights. Did she waste too much time, though? No, she didn't. Brooke Versace's got the job done with the leg drop DDT, which is proving to be one of the most lethal moves in the women's division. She got it done with the leg drop DDT, but Brooke Danger able to steal it from under the noses of the Hive. And Brooke Danger is now the team captain of the Fight Night Women's brand. It is 2 for 2 for the Dangers tonight. Brooke Danger, former women's champion, current Miss Money in the Bank, follows in her brother's footsteps, or nephew's footsteps, I believe it is. I'm not 100% certain, but the Danger family starting to form a little bit of a resurgence here, and very much Brooke Danger helping to lead the charge. First Miss Money in the Bank, and now Fight Night team captain for the Mind Games 4v4. What a big result for the Danger family here tonight. Is this the start of their return to prominence? Let's move on down the rest of the card. Next up tonight, just before the main event, I believe, we have the Television Championship on the line in a triple threat match. And I believe for the first time in a very long time, this man doesn't walk in as champion. No Santa Claus costume for this man this year. He has to concentrate on business tonight. And that business is becoming a 3-time television champion. Tonight, this could be the last time we see Big Willie in contention for the television championship. And that would be a surprise to me, to be honest, because that TV title has been pretty much a part of his identity. He's held it for so long. Longest reigning champ over 2 different stints with the belt. He has been a fantastic addition to the Fight Night roster ever since he stepped on board. But now Big Willie, the television champ, has a job to do tonight. And that is to recapture his gold from 2 men who have been working so well together against him lately. However, they don't seem to be on the same page anymore, and maybe that will help Big Willie, as this is no longer a handicap. This is now a triple threat match. The first man down to the ring is Ryan Austin, who hasn't been particularly happy, but however, like Jayden, of course, always comes with a smart strategy and a plan. Perhaps he has thought of one tonight in the hopes of capturing the television championship Ryan has never been a champion here in WIW. He's come pretty close. He thought he was a champion like 4 weeks ago when he thought him and Liam Connors were co-television champions. The general manager deciding that's not happening, hence why Ryan gets another chance to become the champion himself. And of course, I'd imagine that Ryan would have liked this match to go pretty differently. Of course, he managed to get a huge win over Big Willie during the week. But him and Liam Connors didn't exactly see eye to eye in that one. But for big wins come big consequences. And the big consequence here is a pissed off Big Willie, who's not exactly happy with the attitudes of either of his opponents tonight. We'll have to see how Ryan Austin responds to that. Can Ryan walk out with his first title here in WIW? Several #1 contenders matches. Winner of the finalist of the World Heavyweight Championship tournament all the way back in Season 1. But he's never got his hands on gold. But neither did this man before he captured the TV title. It is none other than Liam Connors, who of course, until this fight is over, right now will be representing us against, representing Fight Night against the Mayhem brand, who of course would be the European champion, which right now will be either Rage or SaLGames.
Champion.
That's going to be a tough enough fight in its own right. But for Rage and SaLGames, they will be first waiting to see who walks out the winner of this one. I'm sure they, to be honest, they're going to be betting that it's not Big Willie, but tonight it's going to be interesting to see. This one could go in any direction. Liam Connors, the television champion, but only because of the assistance of Ryan Austin. Yes, Connors got the final punch and he had the final cover. But for Liam Connors, he also had the help and the knowledge of knowing that Ryan had distracted the referee every time that Big Willie went for the cover. Also, that he busted him open as well. I think he busted him open. Or maybe he came close to at least. I don't know. But the television championship right now is all that matters for these three. All alliances are out the window as tonight these three square off for what to become the one and only, the sole television champion. It is on the line once again here tonight. One of the most prestigious belts because of Big Willie holding it before. But will a new legacy as TV champion begin tonight for either Ryan or Connors? And they all look ready and eager to go. The bell rings and away we go. And Big Willie, oh, straight away, flying in with a huge clothesline on Ryan. And I'm sure he's not happy that Ryan was able to beat him one-on-one. However, if memory serves me right, Big Willie doesn't exactly have the best record in non-title matches. Big Willie off to a big start here in this one, flying in, ambushing everyone. And Connors and Austin can't even slow him down for the second. Neither one of them can get a clean hit on him. Big powerbomb. And Ryan already forced a retreat. Connors, though, planting him down. Big Willie already in this one, causing damage. But look at the strength there of Connors. Able to get him up and slam him down. And into a cover. And Ryan, I think, knew wasn't going to stop that one. And now Big Willie in trouble now as they both under fire, holding him down. And now look at this. Some double teamwork from these two. Beautifully done. Almost like a double side effect there. And now Connors dancing on him here. And boom, big leg drop. And now Ryan as well, keeping him down. I love how they're both just starting by targeting the big man. Connors, desperation cover. But that's all it is. Ryan and Connors yet to go for each other here. But, oh, no, Ryan got in his way there. And now big suplex. No, Big Willie counters. And now Big Willie, oh, went to strike Ryan down. But Connors intercepted. And these two enjoying themselves right now. But when are they going to start fighting each other? That is the question. Because right now, it doesn't seem like they're going to. Connors now, submission hold. Big Willie in a lot of trouble here. Big Willie holding on right now in the submission, but Ryan going to stay on top of him, not letting him get away. And Ryan and Connors surely at some point are going to be forced to fight each other. But for right now, they seem to have once again been on the same page and in agreement that Big Willie has to stay down. They take Big Willie down again. And once again, staying on top of him. Ryan looking at Connors now. Is he flying at Connors now? No, it doesn't look like it. It looks like he's going to go for the submission again. Oh, no, just wrenching away on the legs. Oh, and these two yelling at each other here. Clearly something in mind. But right now, these two are doing fantastic tag team work. This is kind of like the 2-on-1 handicap match they had last time, except both legal men. Or they're both legal men at the same time, should I say. To the corner goes Big Willie. Oh, got in each other's way there. I thought maybe he was striking. And look at this help. And these two starting to get in each other's way a bit. And you can see the frustration building. Is one going to end up swinging for the other? Connors now picking up Big Willie. To the corner. He sends Big Willie. And Big Willie, after a strong start, has been pinned up against it here. And now look at this. Going to toss him out the ring. But we knew he was coming back. He seems to always find his way back. And Ryan taunts as Connors goes to the cover. Is he going to let him have it? No! That was close. That was too close for comfort. Big Willie back to his feet, trying to pounce. Couldn't capitalize. And into a Samoan drop. And now Ryan looking to land the big strike. But now there's a big stiff punch again. And that was the punch that knocked him out last time out. But Ryan now doing the damage. And he's not breaking up the cover. This could easily be it. These two didn't even go for each other. Oh, but Big Willie kicks out again. And Ryan and Connors, I'm starting to think that maybe they are still on the same page. Because they haven't even attacked each other once. And now Ryan, was thinking belly kick, but then Connors hit him there. And maybe they are still not on the same page. And look at this, Ryan squaring up to him here. Oh, God, that looks horrible there. But Ryan not appreciating what Connors was doing there. And now Connors to the top rope. Ryan to the top rope as well. Big splash on him. And, Ryan went forward as well, but he took out Connors. And I'm not sure if that was intentional when Connors went down. Oh! Catching in the running knee. And now these two stomping on him while he's down. I think they're trying to work together, but they are still getting in each other's way. Big strike takes down Big Willie. And right now, I think that's it, surely. Big Willie, humble in defeat. No! And look at these two, the frustration. They just can't keep the big man down. Big Willie retreats. Look at this, Connors taunting him. He might regret that. No! Big strikes now from Connors! And he lands a big punch. Big Willie trying to get up. He is taking one hell of a beating at the hands of these two. And it isn't stopping there. Connors and Austin continuing to lay waste to Big Willie. And now Connors looking for the finishing touch. Big strike. And what was basically handicap match point 2, Connors. Oh my God! How? How is Big Willie still going? Oh, running knee. Down goes the TV champ, but Ryan now on the prowl trying to slow down Big Willie. But it's just not a thing that's happening. Ryan now going to go for the cover. He could become TV champion. Should this be successful? 2 count. Ryan went to get it there. Went for the glory of becoming TV champion when Connors failed to get the job done. And it looks like there clearly is an understanding between these two. They clearly are working together. That's obvious. But for how much longer? Because Big Willie is not going to let him get away with this. And he's not letting him get away with this. DDT to the apron. And now Ryan dragging him away from the ropes here. Of course, rope break is still in on appliance. Countouts and disqualification as well, I believe. Connors picks him back up and takes him down with a clothesline. And Ryan follows through with a awkward splash there. Didn't really get anything on it there. Ryan not exactly a high-flying fighter. And now these two just watching him as he goes to the outside. And now, oh God, both of them to the top rope. Big Willie coming up to his feet. This could be dangerous. Oh no! Big Willie sidestepped both of them. Big Willie is truly an unstoppable force in WIW. Look at how much they're having to do just to keep the big man down. And he's still refusing to go down, diving cross-body. Ryan and Connors doing everything they can think of to get this one done. and it's still just not happening. Went to try and grab him again. Big Willie slips out of harm's way, but he can't deal with both at once. He just doesn't have it. He can't get rid of both of them at the same time. If they're both going to just stay on him and they're not even going to attack each other, this match is never going to end in Big Willie's favor. Connor's now picking him back up to his feet. Corner and corner. These two working together, handing each other off here in the corner. And now look at this. Ryan allowing the drop kick to happen again. And now Ryan in a good spot, maybe lining up for the drop kick, the punt kick. No, he's going to let Connors do the honors again. That rhymed accidentally. Oh, misses the stiff punch. And oh no, he manages to get himself off the ropes. Ryan from behind. Every time Big Willie finds a counter, one of these two is lurking in the winds. Big Willie still trying to fight back, but to no avail. There's just no hope if he's getting ganged up on like this. Even for someone like Big Willie, surely, or I really hope so, that even someone like Big Willie wouldn't be able to survive this. Now Ryan, looking for a finish of his own. No, Connor's instead getting involved, landing the strikes. Big Willie now trying to fight back. Oh, and a big enziguri to take him down. And now, Big Willie in a lot of trouble. Big swing here. Look at the strength on display from Connors. And now, oh no, was thinking punt kick, but instead, Connors getting involved again. Connors getting a bit carried away here. He can't afford to let that impact how this match ends. Big knee to the head. And now Ryan again going for the running knee, but again, scouted. And Ryan just waiting still for the opportune moment to hit the move, but Connors still getting in the way. Connors. Oh, wait, no, Ryan. Look at this stunner. Abandon the punt kick into the stunner, and he lets Connors take it, and Connors has. Connors retains the television championship with a little help from Ryan Austin. Was it all a ruse? Were they ever even against each other? Ryan Austin has just helped Connors to retain the television championship. Ryan at no stage went for a... Well, he went for 1 point for a cover. Look, this is when Ryan's only attempt at scoring a pinfall. He saw that Connors was down, and he tried to take advantage. But in the end, it was very obvious that Ryan was just doing everything in his power to help Connors win. And in the end, he does that with the stunner. And look at these two celebrating again together. The first time we've seen these two smiling for a long time. And it is because Ryan has just helped Liam Connors to retain the television championship. Well, maybe it was all a ploy to make Big Willie think that they weren't working together. But in the end, they were. And they managed to do it. They managed to get rid of Big Willie. And Liam Connors is television champion heading in to Mind Games. A big result for these two, regardless of who walked out the winner. And that means that Big Willie is officially out of the television championship picture for the first time in his entire career. Let's move on down the rest of the card.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the World Internet Wrestling Heavyweight Championship.
Main event time after what's been a quite interesting pay-per-view to say the least. Captains have been crowned. Champions have retained. To this point, is there a change on the hands in tonight's main event? This man, what you gotta believe, having his last attempt at becoming the World Heavyweight Champion. Over the last couple of weeks, he has made some big strides, proving to Fedor and Wright that he is worthy of becoming the champion. Can he close 2018 as the World Heavyweight Champion? The former two-time Cruiserweight Champion Jake Griffiths, the Burrow, makes his way down to the ring. A huge step up. But remember that when this was the Cruiserweight title on the line, Jake Griffiths walked out the winner, and that was on the biggest stage of them all at Insomnia. This is a much bigger prize, and so far, history hasn't exactly worked out in this man's favor. However, tonight, a huge opportunity to change all that with the World Heavyweight Championship back on the line. If you haven't been following the story to this point, here's what's been going on. Let me catch you up to speed. Jake Griffiths, of course, became the #1 contender as he asked for a match with Alex Wilson because of the fact that they faced at Insomnia when Wilson had lost the world title and had no hope of getting on the Insomnia card. Jake Griffiths said that you owe me the courtesy of fighting me for the World Heavyweight Championship. Wilson agreed, and they had their match inside a fatality match, which was probably the most brutal fatality match that I've ever seen. If you don't know what a fatality match is, it is the first to knock out their opponent. Both men left the match bleeding, but only one walked out the champion, and it was Alex Wilson. The referee was blamed for it by Alex Wilson, by Jake Griffiths for the result. But there was no denying that there was one man who walked out with the championship, and that is this man, the World Heavyweight Champion, the protege of the Wolfpack. It is Alex Wilson making his way down to the ring to face him once again. Wilson and Griffiths not exactly best of friends. So once Griffiths, of course, lost the initial match, a new #1 contender was supposed to be crowned between Bruiser Brad and Dino D. However, Bruiser Brad didn't make it to the ring due to for whatever reason, everybody backstage is ambushing him. And of course, in this sake and the instant of Jake Griffiths, well, he made his stake clear by taking out Jake Griffiths and proving to Theodore Adam Wright that he believes that warranted him another shot. For whatever reason, Theodore Adam Wright agreed, and now Jake Griffiths has one more attempt, one last opportunity to become world champion, because Theodore Adam Wright made it abundantly clear, should he fail this time around, should he fail to become World Heavyweight Champion tonight, it is going to be a long, long wait before he gets his hands on another opportunity at the big one. The World Heavyweight Championship on the line in tonight's huge main event. Wilson used to producing Match of the Year quality. Let's see if these two can produce it again tonight.
Introducing the challenger from Cardiff, Wales, weighing in at 167 pounds, Jake Griffin. Introducing the champion from New York, weighing in at 200 pounds, he is the World Internet Wrestling Heavyweight Champion, the Prince, Alex Wilson.
The championship on the line, and the referee confirms it by holding it up high. Huge expectations for tonight's huge main event, the final match of 2018. The heavyweight title on the line, the bell rings, and away we go. And unlike the fatality match, this is a sanctioned match, meaning champion's advantage lies with the champion. Should this match end in count-out or disqualification, Alex Wilson will retain the WIW World Heavyweight Championship. And tonight we've seen some big results, some big wins, some big losses. Of course, we've seen both Dangers, Brooke and Max, becoming the team captain of Team Fight Night for Mind Games. We've seen two retaining championships. Dang on, suplex. Not enough there for a cover. Wilson able to get out of that one relatively quickly, and now on the offensive there with a drop kick. We've seen the two titles on the line retained tonight in the form of the Television Championship and the Fight Night Tag Team Championships. Ryan Austin helping out Liam Connors there, though, to get rid of Big Willie. Once again, those two could not get rid of Big Willie on their own accord. And I wonder if that is the be-all and end-all of Big Willie's hunt for the Television Championship. How long before Big Willie comes after the World Heavyweight Championship? God, I fear the day that he decides he's going to become a world champion. Because I'm not being funny, I haven't seen many people able to slow him down. And right now, the only reason Connors and Austin can is because they continuously get himself into a handicapped situation. And I mean, I guess in theory, Alex Wilson could do that with the Wolfpack, but the Wolfpack aren't that team anymore. They're not ones to do that. And look at Wilson. No hesitation here to jump to the top rope. What's Wilson thinking? He waits for him to get up to his feet. And oh, went to take him down. But Griffiths had it well scouted. And Griffiths telling him to get in this ring. Oh, but he gets picked off of the legs there. Wilson, very nicely done. Caught him whilst he was trying to mock him. Spin out powerbomb into the cover. Is this gonna get it done? 2 count. Now Wilson to the top again. Feeling very high flying tonight. And going for it. Oh! Big knees to the chest though. Big counter by Jay Griffiths. And now Griffiths on the prowl. Into the corner. Both men, as we know, are dangerous from the corner. Well countered there, though, by Wilson. But look at this. Griffiths staying on top of him. Both men. It's not like either one of them have the cruiserweight advantage because they're both natural cruiserweights. Oh, hello. Bunny hop. That was very early. Bunny hop. And is this enough? Do we have a new world champion this quickly? Don't know. Wilson with the power to kick out at 2. But a very close call, a bunny hop this early into the contest. Not a good sign for the world champion, who is getting dominated right now by the challenger. Wilson in a lot of worry there now, wearing him down here on the arm, trying to work away on the limbs now. And a stomp to the back as well for good measure. Jay Griffiths is looking very impressive right now. Taking some hits here. Wilson needs to fight back, working away on the knee here, trying to maybe take away the support. And of course the winner of this more likely will go in to face the Mind Games, face the Mind Games champion versus champion match against the WIW champion. And that would be very interesting to see how Mason Foster, who is the current champion, will deal with both of these. Big knee to the jaw. Is this enough? Do we have a new world champion? No, again. Wilson gets the shoulder up. But Wilson is just barely hanging on. You got to imagine right now one more bunny hop could actually do it because Wilson is taking some hits. And Wilson needs to start delivering these hits rather than taking them. To the corner. Oh, God, we know he's dangerous from here. We know they both are for this exact reason. Looking for the turnbuckle. Super kick. Get him. He got him. And now Wilson, not wasting any time, going for one of his biggest moves. Going for the flip over. DDT to wrap this one up. Got him. Flip over. DDT. Into the cover. Hook of the leg. Is this enough to crown a new retaining champ? It is! Jay Griffiths tried and he tried again, but he just can't do it. Wilson proving to be too dominant of a world champion this time around. And how long before we have to stop calling him the prodigy or the prince? There's the bunny hop that could have got it done, but he kicked out. Here was another attempt at getting this one wrapped up, but he couldn't do it. In the end, it was one spur of momentum from Wilson to land the super kick, then the flow over DDT, and that sees Alex Wilson as your World Heavyweight Champion heading in to 2019 and heading into Mind Games. Alex Wilson of the Wolfpack continuing to get the job done. No worries there. Well, actually, he was very much worried. I thought for a long time in that match that Jay Griffiths had him beat, but I think that pretty much confirms it. Wilson is your champion, and that instantly knocks Jay Griffiths out of the title picture for the foreseeable future. That's going to wrap up the final show before 2019 hits us. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for your love and support this year. If you enjoyed this episode, be sure to leave a like, comment your thoughts and feelings on tonight's show, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and I will catch you guys next year. Peace.